Hello, everyone. Welcome to Luminar Coffee Break. We'll begin in just a few moments. If you could, please shoot me a comment on where you guys are watching from and if you can hear the audio properly. I appreciate it. Hello, Edward. Welcome. And Superjet. Yes, I'm a PC user. And soon we'll have the Mac and the Windows caught right up to each other. I think it's like 95% there. But yeah, there are a few things that were missing from Windows. And again, it's just programming. All right, we'll be starting in just a moment. Well, hello and welcome. And for another edition of Coffee Break, I'm your host, Finelli. Now, what I want to do today is show you how to use the AI accent and AI sky enhancer, which is part of the AI enhancer tool. So that one tool really should be used on every image. And from there, you use it as a starting point to where it automatically increases the color, the detail, the tone, and the depth of an image. So let's get started and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here we are. Hey, Russell, welcome back again. Hello, Nicole from Italy. Edwin from Ohio. All right, so here we are in our the edit panel, and the AI enhancer is part of the essential tools. This one tool, like I said, is going to be incredible on almost any image. For this case, we have a sky, so I can apply both of them. So here we are, before and after. Look at the change. Just that one little slider. So I can begin my edits with this. Then, if I want to get creative, let's go to the creative tools. And you know what? Let's add a LUTs to this. I can just go through the LUTs. I like that. Actually, I like that a lot. All right, so I can come in. And let's dial it back just a bit. We started with this, and we can finish with this, but watch what happens if we don't use AI Enhancer. This is what's going to happen to it. So that's why it's very important that we start with it. Now, keep in mind, the AI Enhancer is incorporating a lot of these tools right here. If you don't want to go through and manually select each one of these, start with AI Enhancer, use AI Accent, and then if you need to, come back. And a lot of times I'll come in, and I like the Smart Contrast, and I really like enriching the blacks and bringing out the whites. Now, if you catch yourself, which we will, I'll come through another one, we'll use this one. If we catch ourselves doing the same task over and over again, all right, I'm sorry, Edward, we're not starting with looks. What I'm starting with is AI Enhancer. So here we are with AI Enhancer. I'm going to start with that image, and again, I'm going to adjust it and see the effect that it's making on the image. Now here, it did a good job. It actually did a great job. But I still can come back over to light and bring out some of the shadows. And then again, I like doing this. And I like also desaturating color just a little, but then bring out the vibrancy. Good. So before and after. So that's how important AI Enhancer is. Now, hey, Edward, yes, I'll do this. I actually selected a bunch of images earlier. All right, here we go. Let me grab this image here. Now, Oh, I see Edward. Edward, yes. Let me pull up Edward. Thank you, Edward. Edward says, I know that, but yesterday you said you should start with a look. So, thank you, my man. So, here we are, and I was getting right to that here. So, there's AI Enhancer. I start with that all the time, right? Well, here's the look that I use. So, thank you, Edward. So, here's the look that I use that incorporates AI Enhancer. So, what I was getting at is if you catch yourself over and over again do the exact same thing. Me, I always hit AI Enhancer, I hit color, and then I go into some of the blacks and the whites. Create a look to do this. Create the look, and again, thank you, Edward, for bringing that out. Edward, thanks for bringing that out. I make sure that I start with that, go through my routine, and if I need it, great. If I don't need it, I just turn it off. In this image here, look at the difference before and after. All right, so I started with AI accent, and you know what? It still needs more. Let's bump up some of the shadows, and I'm looking at it. It still needs more. So I'm going to come down to the Pro Tools, and I notice the bottom, the shadows have to be increased, and I want to increase the exposure. Here we go. Now I'm slowly balancing it out. And while I'm here, I might as well take advantage of, you guessed it, sky replacement. Boom. Let's relight the scene just a little bit. So, again, before and after. Now, we all know, I mean, as photographers, for that particular image, this image right here, there's a huge dynamic range. You either expose for the outside, which makes her dark, expose for her, and it makes the outside blown out. But if we bring in a flash is going to light her evenly, and we'll have a proper exposure on the outside. In a case with travel, you don't have time for that. That's where you can look and use AI accent to bring out some of the details or the hidden details, and then finesse it with some of the other tools that I was showing. So, and good. Oh, thanks. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to do both at the same time. Wayne, I really like it if you could touch on importing looks. Yes, I'll make sure I do that. And if I get towards the end, because we're trying to keep these around 10 to 15 minutes long, maybe a little pushing it with 20, if there's a lot of questions, I'll make sure I answer them. But Wayne, do me a favor, towards the ending of this, if I don't get to that, make sure you remind me and I'll make sure I get it done. All right, so here we are again. Let me grab another one. I love the Mongolian Hunter. So let's start from the beginning. I could come up here and start here, or, like I mentioned, I like to start with a look. Yeah, there it is. I love how this looks. And if I want to add a little more to it, I could come into the structure and maybe add structure in here. Let's say details. Start adjusting the detail. There we go. Again, we started with a good image, and then we just made it better. Let's see. Oh, this one's definitely an interesting one. Again, we'll click on AI Image Enhancer. Boom. But what I want to do is I'm going to dial this back, right about to here. Now that looks a lot nicer. Here it is without it. Here it is with it. And again, we're looking off to the side. Notice the essential tools are the main tools of choice, because this is where us photographers are going to live. And then if you do want to get creative, then you hop over to the creative tool set. And then from here, let's say dramatic. We can add like a dramatic flair to this. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Bring out the contrast, or bring out the local contrast, making all this look richer. All right, let me do one more Oh, I love this one. All right. So again, extremely dark image. One click. Good. It looks better. Not in love with the color cast. So again, working with the essential tools. Here's color. Let's try to remove the color cast and watch what happens. You see how it's darkening the image? So instead, let's pinpoint these colors. I'm going to come over here to the yellows. Let's saturate them. Ooh, there we go. Good. Now you got to be careful because he has some orange on him. So let's saturate it a little bit. Oh, there you go. Right about there. That looks good. And then let's finesse this. We don't need this. And notice that's not affecting anything because there's no sky in the image. That's good. And highlights are good. Let's see a little smart contrast. Ooh. Ooh, I like that there. All right. And of course, detail enhancer. There we go. So before and after. All right, guys. So that was just a quick example on why I prefer to start with AI enhancer. And like my buddy had brought out, yeah, I'd like to start with the look first. I go down, and the look that I choose has AI enhancer in it. You click it, you like it, you pop it up on the screen, and then if it doesn't have AI enhancer in it, you can add it and see what it does. A lot of times, I'll use my AI enhancer to finish an image. So let's say this image, let's see, yeah, let's use the Mongolian. If I didn't have AI enhancer on this already, I would apply it and see what it does, or what I could do is add another layer. And once I add a new adjustment layer, now I can come back again and see if AI enhancer, the AI accent, does anything different with it. So right now I'm noticing it's just brightening it up just a bit. So for this particular image, I really don't need it before and after. It just adds a little extra punch, but it's not something that would make or break this image. So the point I'm getting at is you don't have to just use it at the very beginning. You can go through your edits, and even if you have, let's say, an old image that you've already edited, a lot of times I'll bring them in and I'll reset them and see what AI enhancer does to those images. Now, you're supposed to remind me. Here we go. So, my buddy Wayne, here we go. One of you are supposed to remind me about the looks. So let's do the looks. He was asking how to import them. If you go to the store, let's see, let me pull the looks up here. And by the way, you have to be in the edit panel or the edit view to see the looks. Now, you can go get more Luminar looks here, and this will bring you up to the marketplace where you could download some free looks and some paid looks. Now, those are going to be different from the looks that we're creating here, and I'll explain why. Here, let me do this one real quick. So we process this. And dial it back a bit. All right. So now, let's say this was the look. Oh, I like that. So here's the look that we just created. Now, I'm going to come down, and I'm going to save this as a new look. All right, so my new look. Now, the question is, where did it save it to? It doesn't save. Oh, I am so sorry. Thanks, guys. All right, here we go. So here's the look that we just created. Now, what I'm going to do here, yep, I just shared a thanks, Ed. So now I'm going to save it as a new look, and I named it My New Look. All right? So now the question is, where did it save it? It doesn't save it inside Luminar. What it does, if I right mouse click, I'll show it in folder or finder, and right here it shows me it's under the apps data roaming Luminar 4 data looks users. Whew. Right click, I'm going to copy it. Now I have it. So if I want to send this look off to a friend, I could just drop it into an email and send it off to them. It's a rather small file. It's like 5 kilobytes. Excuse me. So now that we have that new look, well, how do we install new looks? If it's a look pack, file, and then add Luminar Looks collection. And here, it's going to look for a .mpl lum pack. So who knows what MP stands for? Anyone? Yes, Superjet. Good. Superjet said, will these breaks leave from very basic? Yes, we're building up to it. Thanks for being here. Soon we'll be working on layers. And here's a suggestion, Superjet. Tell me what you want to learn for an advanced Luminar. So if there's something you desperately want to learn, let me know in the comments and we'll add those in. I do want to get to layers, and I want to work on not just layers, but how to manipulate the different types of layers all the way through. All right, so back to that. Who knows what MP stands for? All right, I'll tell you. MP stands for McFun. So I think the engineers have a great sense of humor. MP for McFun, and then LUM for Luminar, and that's a pack. If you want to install something a friend gave you, show in folder. Now, notice packs have folders inside here. Right? I'm sorry, I take that back. Any of these here, they have containers. They have skies, textures. So whenever you see a folder like this, it means you've added a Luminar look or a LUTs, or you added extra stuff, and these are just containers. If it's just using all the tools, then they're here. We just right mouse click and then paste a new look in this collection, and then you'll have to restart Luminar to get it running. So, great. So I hope that helped. Hello from Spain. So again, so these looks here, or these coffee breaks, are designed to be quick, easy, simple, and then we'll gradually get into more of the advanced stuff. But we are working on a lot of webinars. And the webinars are going to be an hour to an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes. That's when we'll get really in depth on Luminar. And for those like Wayne that do a lot of editing, hardcore editing, we'll show you how you can apply that in some more of the advanced lessons. All right? So guys, again, thank you so much. If you have any comments, please leave them below. And don't forget to like this with a thumbs up, and then share it with family and friends. And I'll see you guys next time on Coffee Break. And don't forget, please add in the notes some of the things you would like to learn, and we'll put that on the docket. Thanks, guys.